What if everything you believed about power was a lie? How are you, my curious fellows? Today's story is not about tanks rolling into cities, nor fighter jets streaking across skies. It's about silent weapons and invisible empires. A war fought in data, chips, algorithms, and minds. A great game where China, Russia, and America fight to bend the world to their will. The war of intelligence. In October 2022, President Biden blocked China from buying advanced nanochips. The world thought America had won, cutting off China's AI future at its knees. But in January 2025, a tiny Chinese startup called DeepSeek shocked the world. Without cutting-edge chips, using old NVIDIA processors, they trained an AI model 10 times cheaper and twice as efficient as anything America had launched. Investors watched in horror as NVIDIA's market value fell $900 billion in a day, a loss equal to graphic. Intelligence beats brute force, always. Because wars today are not won by missiles alone. They're won by superior algorithms. The ocean that could ignite WW3 in the Pacific, America's 11 aircraft carriers patrol the world's most strategic waters, floating cities of nuclear power unmatched for 50 years. But China is building its own fleet. 3 carriers today, 6 by 2035. And they're armed with DF-26 carrier killer missiles, hypersonic gliders, and stealth submarines that can vanish under sea tigers and strike before detection. America counters with bases encircling China. 120 in East Asia alone. A steel noose tightening around Beijing. But here is the question. What happens when a superpower feels cornered? Hybrid wars and silent assassins. In 2007, Estonia, Europe's most digital nation, was brought to its knees. Russian hackers shut down banks, government networks, and media outlets. No tanks, no troops, just pure cyber chaos. In the US, Russia's digital armies hacked the 2016 elections. They weaponized Facebook ads, trolls, and leaks to divide, distract, and conquer minds. Insert graphic. The best weapon is the one they never see. And in China, the ancient doctrine of Shashaojian, assassin's mace, guides strategies of silent, lethal, and deniable attacks. Today, it lives on as unrestricted warfare, cyber espionage, lawfare, economic infiltration, propaganda. The great economic sabotage. While America wields tariffs to isolate China, Chinese influencers are exposing luxury brand secrets. Hermes, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, all sourcing materials or labor from Chinese factories. The world's confidence in made in France exclusivity shatters brand by brand. Meanwhile, China's control over 90% of rare earth minerals threatens every American industry, from F-35 jets to AI chips. Insert graphic. When you control the materials of the future, you control the future. The battle for space. Above us, another war rages. America, China, and Russia race to weaponize orbit. China's 2007 ASAT missile test created 6,000 debris pieces, threatening satellites globally. Russia's Cosmos, Twintu 499 kamikaze satellite can hijack or destroy orbital assets. America's Space Force eyes electromagnetic and kinetic dominance, planning satellite networks that can blind entire nations. A war in space means losing GPS, banking, transport, defense, and water supplies within hours. The drone armies of the coming war. In 2024, China's drone swarms trained to operate fully autonomously, even after communications were jammed. AI-directed flocks that fly like birds, think like generals, and kill without orders. America counters with hellscape strategy. Interceptor drones, microwave guns like Epirus Leonidas, and the $1 billion replicator project to mass-produce drone defenses by 2025. But simulations show Chinese hypersonic barrages destroying U.S. carriers in under 10 minutes. The counter-containment trap. As America surrounds Russia with NATO bases, Russia counter-surrounds America with bases in Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua. Stealth submarines, Kaliber cruise missiles, and Zircon hypersonics now sit within minutes of U.S. shores. The shadow of 1962's Cuban Missile Crisis returns. Tension building overview. This is not one war. This is 5 silent wars merging into one global shadow conflict. AI wars, rewriting intelligence hierarchies. Naval and missile wars, redrawing maritime boundaries. Hybrid cyber wars, targeting minds and systems. Economic wars, shaking the foundations of currencies and trade. Space wars, threatening civilization's digital nervous system. But what happens next will blow your mind. The ultimate question, can America maintain its empire built on aircraft carriers, space networks, and economic sanctions? Or will China's stealth, Russia's chaos, and AI's infinite possibilities redefine what it means to be a superpower? Because in this great game, power is no longer about the biggest army or tallest skyscraper. It's about who controls the algorithms that guide drones, the chips that empower AI, the satellites that map the battlefield, the rare earths that fuel modern life, and the minds that believe who is winning. Ending. Reflective closure. The greatest wars are not fought with weapons we can see. They are fought in codes, ideas, data, and beliefs. The great game has never ended. It simply changed its form. And as China, Russia, and America lock horns in this silent battlefield, one truth remains. The world will not be destroyed by those who do evil, but by those who watch them without doing anything. Albert Einstein. Stay curious, stay awake, and keep watching, because this story is far from over.